Well, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started.
And off we go from MetLife Stadium.
And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Rodgers going to the air to start things out.
They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. That would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. To throw is Prescott.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. 2nd and 10.
Prescott to throw it. This is caught. It's Cooks. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move
Why would
the
you
football up
accept
the
that?
field.
Wasn't smart, man.
Now Prescott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cook. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll throw again. Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Dak Prescott with a connection to CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Xavier Gipson now from his end zone. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
And some room to maneuver. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 4.
Now Prescott.
He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down. Prescott from the gun.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Prescott yet again.
Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. And the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left.
He's going to get it on the jet sweep.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there, getting the safeties involved in run support.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Dowdle is in. Touchdown, Dallas. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Aubrey now for the point after.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Jets force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
26.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Osa Odigizua with the effort there to earn the sack. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation, because with that type of a lead, they thought
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Micah Parsons, his second sack of the night.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now 3rd down and very long.
Working from the gun, Rodgers.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. but ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Finding room at midfield.
He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. Room to maneuver at the 35. And finally down at the 32-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Here we go!
To the air again, Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
12 more yards there and another first down. Here's Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Prescott. He gets it to Cooks. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
You know, what position you trying to play? You trying to be a coach? No, I ain't. What y'all thinking? Steelers? Oh, you picked the Rams.
Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan. That's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Here's Williams. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but
That was going to be a pick.
incomplete. I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do.
Yeah, he was throwing into the running back, and I jumped that
he
shit.
creates mismatches they can exploit.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Watch the running back.
From the gun, here's Williams.
Okay, watch the running back.
And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. On play action, here's Williams. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Looking to throw is Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. Down the left sideline.
You gave that shit up.
Chicago.
DeAndre
He had him in
Swift.
the backfield.
46 yards.
And the Bears will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
All they gonna do is a flat route.
Confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look up, elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line. In motion, the tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Stafford. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. Touchdown, L.A. Demarcus Robinson. 37 yards.
And the Rams have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Point after, right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Tyler Scott now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Here we go, set.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third.
To the air, Williams. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore, 40 yards.
And the Bears are once again back in front. Now they'll change things around before the snap. They'll try to run with Swift.
And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 8.
Now Stafford.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Out of the gun, Stafford.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 4th down, Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back.
Here we go, here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
This is 2nd and 8.
Come on. Set, Viking 18.
Once again, it's Swift.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
3rd and 5.
That's a running back.
Throwing is Williams.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this play will be
Timeout.
blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
Let's go now.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee, 30 yards.
And the Rams will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Scott on the return, out of the end zone.
Pushing his way through.
And he's able to get this across the 20.
He might
but
throw
not
an
by
interception.
much
I can
as
feel
he's
it.
worked down officially at the 21. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into
That's a
field
flag.
goal range. To throw, it's Williams.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. To throw, Williams. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I think we can make this one pretty simple. That was a rookie mistake made by the rookie quarterback, trying to force a pass without really using proper mechanics.
Let's go.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Working out of the gun, Williams. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Back up, dude.
Operating from the gun, Williams. And he'll be hit
Not
as he
paying
releases
attention to
and
that.
that'll fall incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
That's a flash.
They're going to try and throw.
Gotta go for this shit.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
21. You go set. 20 hot.
Here's Stafford.
This one swung out to Williams.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Now 2nd and 3.
Ready.
Throwing is Stafford. That escapes the sack. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
My bad, Ram. I'm
Now
gonna get you.
3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford.
And the Rams will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
On the jump.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
Ready up.
A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Go.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. He'll drop this one off to Swift.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Stafford.
Across the middle, and this pass complete to Cooper Kupp.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
That was a corner blitz, and it was Kyler Gordon getting in there for the sack.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Back to throw, Stafford.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
They snap it to Stafford.
That is caught.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Now it's Stafford. And he takes a
Yeah,
shot
they're
on
playing
the
zone.
release,
Just
and this will be
stop.
incomplete.
Just stay. He was open. You ran into him.
That one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
They'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Throwing again is Stafford.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Kyren Williams.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Rams take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that will make this a 16-point lead. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
He'll get this into the hands of Adunze.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Looking to throw is Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
70 Lions.
To the air, Williams. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown, LA!
Puka Nacua.
78 yards.
And the Rams have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, and that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A lot of great quarterbacks from USC. Here's another one. The rookie's got a first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break.
Lost
And you
running
can
back
add
on the
another
back foot.
incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here's Williams.
He's on the
And
catch
that's
that.
incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a
The
lopsided
quarterback
game
play
like
sucked.
this. They are not letting up.
The offense on third down tonight, they've
When you
converted
take away
3
that
out of
flat
5
out the
thus
backfield,
far.
he's
This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Williams. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over here up near the 40. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly.
You see this play gonna work?
Blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of
Oh,
scrimmage.
they're not
and then
gonna
they
let
fooled
us
him by
game.
dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast.
I know they weren't. Fuck, I wanted to see the stats.